Hey, it's Sunday night. It's 10 o'clock, and it's Tom Antion live from Virginia Beach. Hey, everybody. Wow, what a great weekend. I'm going to refresh my Facebook page here to see what's going on. And you'll notice a sheep playing rugby. This is my number one thing. You know, I'm a deep person, right? You know, so that kind of thing attracts me. A sheep playing rugby. But I don't see us on here yet, so let me refresh again, see what happens. There I am, people coming on. So put your comments in there, hit your share button, let everybody know about the show. And I don't know if I look a different color this weekend, but I have been in the sun all weekend. I have what they call the redneck tan, which is I was working on my rental property all weekend, and you know, you got this kind of thing around your shoulder, right? So it hurts a little bit, but I think I'll live. And but you can do a lot of good things. You know, I just enjoy. I mean, I'm just so connected with my dad, and working, you know, with my hands. I don't have to do it. I could pay somebody to do it, but it just doesn't have the satisfaction. It doesn't have the enjoyment factor. Here's what I'm facing. Let me show you this deck on a rental property. It wasn't put on properly, that brown paint, and you know, it was in 2 years, and it's coming off and looks like hell. So I spent all day yesterday pressure washing it, and it's amazing what you can do. Now, it's not done yet. I got to sand it and stain it and everything, but it looks a hell of a lot better. I put some elbow grease into these things, so that's what well, that and the other things. I'm getting the barn ready to it's a giant shed that's on the property, getting it all repaired and gonna paint it and put the rental sign on the front, and you know, etching a concrete patio because that wasn't done right. They had AstroTurf, and I'm digging up all the glue, and just having a grand old time, put it that way. Right? So that's why I'm a little different color this week. I'm just red everywhere. Well, let's get to our fake sponsor. Let's see who's checking in here with us. There's Alan Burris, Survive and Defend. 8 signs of terrorism just went out on this weekend's email. Great, great, great. Refresh this again. And let's get to our fake sponsor, who is definitely not sponsoring us. It's the Klein Tool Company, which is not sponsoring us, but this is just one of their tools. I remember as a kid, my dad talking about his 9-inch Kleins, and that's not a sexual thing, right? The 9-inch pliers that were just the standard. I have a pair in my toolbox. I think I still have one of his left over. I used my dad's toolbox that he used for I don't know how many years, Craftsman. And but this is a electrical thing. This is for stripping wires. Hey, John, how are you? You can buy real estate with no money down, says JohnAbbott.com. Hey, Scott, how are you? So this will strip, there's a wire called Romex. It used to be, have metal shielding, but now it's plastic, and it's kind of flat. And this will strip the flat part off. 12-2 is the gauge wire and 2 conductors and a ground. And then it'll do 14-2, 12-2. It'll strip 12 through 16 gauge wire. It'll bend the little things so that you can put a screw in them and turn the screw. Puts a little hook on it, and it'll cut wire. You know, so definitely not the cheapest, but Klein is one of the companies that has not reduced their quality, put it that way. So They're definitely not sponsoring us, right? But the Klein Tool Company, again, reminds me of my dad, and very good quality tools. I think this was $30, and I could have got one that was, I don't know, 11 or something, but this one, you can just feel how substantial it is. It has a lock on it too, so in the tool, you don't want it hanging around your toolbox with all these sharp edges, so you put this little lock and it keeps it closed for you. That's my Klein tool, and they are not sponsoring us. All right, let's see what we got coming up. Got news. In this episode, in all my years, I have never seen such a creative use of peanut butter. And I'm going to tell you about it in the news section. In the scams, take it to the air. In the brutal self-defense, you might want to start driving a stick shift. I'll let you know about that in the self-defense section. In the internet section, play it again, Sam. And Sam was my dad's name, by the way. In the speaking tip, pre-event teleclasses, and the a-hole of the week just might make you wet. And the hero of the week, this guy waited way too long. All right, let's get to the weight loss. Yay, weight loss. All right, so this is the 31st week reporting. Last week was 87 pounds down since I started reporting at 44 pounds down. This week, 87 pounds down again. Held my own, and that's good. That's still 1.39 pounds per week, and feeling good. Have a new lifestyle. There we go. Okay, let's get to the mailbag. Jenna wants to know who does my hair. Nobody important or famous or on TV. I can tell you that, Jenna. She says it's pretty bad. Let me have a shot at it. I don't know, Jenna. I go to Great Clips, and that was about, I don't know. I take whoever's free. And all they do is just, I like scissors cut, and they go, and then I just brush it straight back and gel it and done. All right, so I think I showed one time on here they played around and put it like a mini mohawk on me, but I'm not sure that's the best for me. So I don't know, Jenna, if you're ever in the neighborhood, stop in and we give it a try. Perry says, aren't you afraid you'll get accused of fat shaming for announcing your weight loss every week? Perry, I am not afraid at all. I mean, people are doing everything under the sun, you know, these social justice warriors. I see the vegans are protesting a poor butcher shop that's been there forever and didn't, you know, and you know, it's just all kinds of stuff that's just crazy. So first of all, I'm only talking about me. I'm proud that I'm losing weight, and I've been overweight ever since, you know, I got out of college. And so I'm proud of what I'm doing. I don't care if anybody else on here does it. If they do, I'll applaud you if you want to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. Although there are some big fat asses on here. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So no, I'm not afraid. And if they do, I'll tell them to, you know, shove it, you know, up their fat ass. Okay, so no, I'm not. Tomas wants to know, are you ever going to put your stuff out in Spanish? Well, I don't have any plans for it, Tomas, but it's possible. You know, the thing is most people that speak Spanish can also speak enough English to understand my crap. All right? So don't have any immediate plans, but I'm always open to if somebody wants to make a deal and can translate it. I'm okay. My one book that my internet marketing book was in either Korean or Chinese or something. I got a copy upstairs. Very difficult to proofread it for me. Let's get to the news. Folks, the epidemic continues, unless we're getting a lot of copycats out here. Thanks, Alan, for sharing. Hey, Mary Lee, how are you? Nice to see you. Here we go again. Ashley Leigh Lewis. Now, it's interesting. Her middle name is Leigh. Ashley Leigh Weber, 31 years old, charged with 2 counts of having consensual intercourse with a child aged 15 or older, and she was charged with using a communications device to propose sex. I mean, my mouth is a communication device. I don't know. Does that count as proposing sex? I mean, I don't know. But anyway, she was a teacher, and she's I think from Virginia also. So I never saw any of these when I was growing up. All right. Well, you know, our IRS here in the U.S., you send them money. They just give it to a bunch of government agencies to do nothing with, and they're just crazy, right? So they decided to hire back 200 employees who were fired for falsifying documents, misconduct, and taking unauthorized access to taxpayer information. 200 people, IRS just hired them back. I mean, it wasn't a lawsuit that forced them to do it. They just hired them back. Unbelievable. Okay, let's get to the peanut butter. Folks, I wish, I tell you like every week, I wish I was smart enough. And I wrote professional comedy for 6 years, all right? But I wish I was smart enough to make up some of this stuff. I told you in the opening about the most creative use of peanut butter I'd ever heard of, right? So now, first of all, I don't want to disparage any Alabama correction agents in the prisons. All right? I don't want to make any comment on how bright they are, what their IQs are, or what. This is so crazy. So the 2 inmates took peanut butter and wrote their cell number where the exit door was to the jail, right, to the prison. and they asked the guard, "Hey guard, can you open our cell?" There's written in peanut butter, and the guard opened the door to the prison, and they walked. I don't know exactly where they hire these people. So, but creative use of peanut butter, you got to admit, right? Hey, Barbara Ann, how are you? Yeah, put comments in there, folks. Hit your share button. All right. I don't know. I didn't know black bear were running around Florida, but a guy found one sleeping on his doorstep in Florida. he took a picture of it before he ran, and the bear woke up. And the warden said, he probably just wanted, because it was raining that day, he wanted to get out of the rain. He wanted a dry place to sleep. So he slept on the guy's porch. Now, I don't know why this would delay a flight, because it doesn't seem there's nothing wrong with the plane, nobody causing trouble, nobody fighting, but a naked passenger went up to a flight attendant and somehow delayed the flight, and they took him off and took him to a mental health facility. I don't think that's right. I think it's just an excuse for tardiness on the airline. Well, if the IRS wasn't bad enough, Los Angeles paid 1.3 billion with a B dollars in illegal immigrant welfare payments just in the last 2 years. They want to be a state. They want to, they want to be their own country. Let them go. Let them go. We'll save a lot of money. 1.3 billion to illegal welfare payments, illegal immigrant welfare payments, just in 2 years. My God. Now there's a girl you got to feel sorry for. All right. Playboy model Lindsay Pelas, P-E-L-A-S, is hurting at all her photo shoots. She says, my smile is fake. Well, I mean, Playboy model, fake smile. Okay, believable, right? But she says, I'm in severe pain, but I'm a trooper. I'm going to do the photo shoot. I'm going to be a bunny. Going to make Hef proud. But she's in a lot of pain because she has 30 double H breasts. 30. That means a little tiny back and enormous boobs. All right, so she's in back pain all the time. So I'm thinking about starting a, I don't know, maybe a GoFundMe account for her or something. Get her some opioids, painkillers. Oh, she's probably already got them at the mansion. Didn't they sell the mansion recently? I think it was sold recently. Wonder who goes there now. Well, that's the news. Let's go to Scam Bag, where we find the scumbags. And let's see who's checking in here. Let's see. Hey, Warren, how are you? Alan, nice to see you. Scott, thank you for checking in. Let's say you found the perfect cozy cabin for a romantic weekend getaway. And Airbnb was easy to use. It's great. You're talking to the property owner now, but the problem is he just rented it. But he said, don't get discouraged. You know, right down the street, I got another one. And he sends you to a link, and it's a identical looking Airbnb site, but it's not. It's like .info instead of .com or some other thing, but it's identical looking. And then you pay the money, and then you get robbed. All right, so Airbnb scam. Watch out for it. Self-defense tip. All right, well, let me tell you about a Texas woman, 60 years old, who last week killed a home intruder. 2 guys busted into her home, and she got her pistol out, and they both had pistols, and she shot one of them and killed him, and the other one's on the run. Now, Kathy Hanks, a neighbor, said it doesn't surprise her that the woman fired her pistol. I'm going to read this. When she saw a threat in her home. And she explained, that's really how we are. That's just Texas. She says, it's the state of Texas. If you're going into someone's home, you're going to get shot, Hank said. All right, well, here's your self-defense tip. Has nothing to do with her shooting the people, justified or not. I don't know what the circumstances were. But the tip is don't run your mouth about being proud about shooting people, all right? This, if you do have to shoot someone, this will come up in court. They will dig. They will dig, and find these public comments of yours that you're trigger happy, and the family of the person you killed is going to sue you for everything you own and everything you'll ever own. So keep your mouth shut. Whatever you think, keep your mouth shut. All right? Don't be putting Smith and, this house protected by Smith & Wesson. Now, and what's funny about that is a lady I don't know what her name is, but she commented to me when she heard about my protection dogs. She says, I have 2 German Shepherds. She named them Smith and Wesson. So her house was protected by Smith and Wesson. But you don't see me wearing, somebody just sent me an NRA ball cap the other day. No, I am not wearing it. You don't see me saying, gun control is hitting your mark, that any of that stuff. No, keep your mouth shut. I've been doing this for years and years and years. The only reason I started talking about it is because of brutal self-defense and trying to save you all. Yeah, the tip is shut the hell up. Think what you want and learn what you need to learn and do what you got to do, but shut up about it. All right, that's your self-defense tip. And there's a couple other things in here. This girl is out late at night by herself in a dark parking lot. All right, that's Alan and I's rule. Don't go stupid places and do stupid things. All right. I know you got to go to your car sometimes, but the thing is it's dangerous. All right. Dark parking lot, single, young female, asking for trouble. All right. The only reason she got away is because the abductors couldn't drive a stick shift. 2 guys grabbed her, and they went to try to drive her car, and they couldn't drive a stick shift. They made her drive, and they told her, we're going to rape you. You're going to go to this house. You're going to screw our friends. And they took her wallet and her cell phone and everything else. She was just a sitting duck. She was probably unaware, untrained, probably face in her, head in her apps, like Alan says. And but she got away because they made her drive, and then she was in a populated area and screeched to a halt, threw it neutral, and jumped out of the car and started screaming for help. So that's the only way she got away. Okay. All right, your internet tip is play it again, Sam, I said. Run webinar replays. I think I made $1,500 on webinar replays while I was out power washing my deck. All right. And I'd stop every once in a while, pull my cell phone out as long as it wasn't wet, and see if anybody had any questions, and I'd answer them and then go back to pressure washing. So you really need to get on this webinar kick, get a good one live that's got a lot of interaction, and then replay the heck out of it. Replay the heck out of it. Replay the heck out of it. So that's your internet tip. Speaking tip. If you're doing a public seminar, or even if you're doing a corporate thing, offer a pre-event teleclass. Doesn't even have to be a webinar, because teleclasses are actually easier to attend. People can listen on their cell phone, or they can listen on the run after the recording is done. But a lot of good things about this. Number one, it sets you apart from the other people that were going to be speaking at the event. Number two, if you do a good job, people will be begging, can't wait to meet you when you get to the event. Number three, if you can sell at the event, people are more likely to buy because they've heard you, you're credible, they've checked you out, you did a good job. And so it's not just the speaking event, they're first being introduced to you. They're introduced to you ahead of time, and they can check you out before you get there. Really ups the sales. So, and they get excited to see you, and they tell their friends, hey, this guy's going to be there, this lady's going to be there, and he was great on this teleclass. I can't wait to see him in person. That could make other people want to go to the event, see? Or show up, even if it's a corporate thing. A lot of people will find excuses not to go, but maybe they'll go now, and then you'll look better, and higher evaluations, see all this stuff. So pre-event teleclasses, do them when you can. Okay, the a-hole of the week. Well, I've been working on this rental property, and I had a little problem with a valve that broke, and the water's running out in the street. Okay, as simple as that. And so I figured out how to get the water stopped, but it wasn't because of the normal way. I had to pull on everything my dad taught me to think about what to do. And so I got the water stopped before the city got there, and to shut it off at the street. And I'm soaked. I'm totally soaked. The gun, everything. I'm just soaked. I was closing my eyes. It's squirting me in the face like Niagara Falls, trying to close this. But the a-hole is the unknown plumber who didn't put a whole house shut-off valve in the an accessible place. All right, and he did put a shut-off valve under the house in a crawl space so far you'd never know it even existed. Stupid move there. And he didn't even put this hose, it's called a hose bib, hose faucet, near the front of the house in line with the shut-off valve. So even if I'd have found the shut-off valve, it wouldn't have shut off the leak, you know. So the reason I bring this up is I don't know who that was, but I really have no respect for people that don't respect their work. I got this from my dad back when I'm watching him as a little kid making the wires go real straight when he would do stuff, and I'd ask him, why don't you just cut the corners, Dad? No, you do it like a professional. You make it neat. You make it so somebody can troubleshoot it if necessary. You don't put out crappy work. And I've lived that way my whole life. But so the asshole of the week is the unknown plumber and the millions of other people that do work that don't care about their quality or their reputation. To them. All right. The hero of the week waited way too long. I want to read this whole segment to you so you get the feel for this guy. Army medic SPC, I'm not sure what that stands for, James McLaughlin, is a 71-year-old from South Haven, Michigan, received the Medal of Honor for actions in combat at a White House ceremony. McLaughlin found himself in the 2-day-long Battle of Hoi An Hill in Vietnam in 1969 when he was a private first class at 23 years old. Officials say McLaughlin willingly entered the kill zone to rescue 10 wounded, and I'm getting goose pimples just thinking this is what a real person is. I was going to say a real man, but a real person is. To rescue 10 wounded and disoriented comrades despite his own serious injuries caused by shrapnel. And here's how these dumbasses that write this, they put a rock-propelled grenade instead of a rocket-propelled grenade. Nobody, can you imagine it? Oh, we got what are those things that you pull back? A catapult. Oh, we're shooting at the fort in Vietnam. Dumbass, rock-propelled grenade. So he voluntarily risked his life on 9 separate occasions to rescue wounded and disoriented people. He suffered wounds from shrapnel and small arms fire on 3 of the occasions, but refused medical evacuation to stay with his unit and continued to brave enemy fire to rescue, treat, and defend wounded Americans. The retired medic said he looked down, saw himself covered in blood with a wound so bad it prompted a captain to order him to leave the battlefield to seek treatment. And McLaughlin's quoted as saying, "He knew me enough to know I wasn't going anywhere." The combat medic stayed until the battle ended, coming to the aid of men and fighting the enemy, even knocking out an enemy RPG, rocket-propelled grenade, position with a grenade at one point. The Pentagon credits McLaughlin with saving the lives of 10 members of his company. The Medal of Honor is given to armed forces members who distinguish themselves by going above and beyond the call of duty in battle. So, Mr. McLaughlin, I salute you and thank you for your service. And I can't believe you had to wait so damn long for this. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you showed valor more than any of us will ever know. So thank you for doing that. All right, that's our show for tonight. Let's if I got one more thing. Hey, when you got money, you can buy stupid stuff. I was telling my buddy, man, you ought to see this quad I bought. It's really hot. It's a pedal car. I found it. You know, I'm kind of getting semi-addicted to these shopping apps. I bought a sink tonight for my rental property. Met the guy in a parking lot. It was like making a drug deal. And he's going to put it in and let me pay him by check. Isn't that nice? Yeah. But anyway, bought this quad thing about a month ago. Put some inner tubes in. It's like an off-road thing. It's only got one gear, though. You got to bust your ass to drive this thing. So that's that. And then I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I bought a new rebounder, and there's Rubik's sitting on it. Yeah, you can get some super bargains on Facebook Marketplace. And the other one's called Let Go, and then the other one's called Offer Up. And yeah, I mean, when I need something, that's the first place I go now. And then you tell how many miles away you're willing to go for it, so you can have everything right in your neighborhood. I mean, I met the guy at Kroger's, which is where I was going to buy some stuff anyway. I set mine at 100 miles because if it's something really unique, you know, I'll drive a long way for it. But most of the stuff I just pick up within a couple, not a couple blocks, but within a couple miles, and dirt cheap. I mean, you can make an offer on stuff, and I just got all kinds of stuff really, really cheap. So anyway, that's the shopping app. So let's get back to me. And so, thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Alan says corporal is also E4, and then sergeant is an E5. Specialist is an E4. Okay, yeah. So anyway, he was a great guy. All right, so stay home if you can. I've only got one trip scheduled to. Hey, you know, I made it. I'm still in the big time, right? I'm going to Boise, Idaho, end of September for a women's empowerment not concert. I'm going to sing, yeah. Conference. And, you know, make some money, stay safe, stay home, make your own life so you can buy stupid pedal cars like I do. All right, catch y'all later.